God, I can't stop seeing it. That tire, spinning like a brick in that Russian video. That almost happened to us. It wasn't a joke. I'm alive. Somehow. Twice in 1 month. How does that even happen? How do I survive this absurd luck? I told Mika it was instinct. But instinct? Instinct doesn't make you dodge death like that. The car, the tire, my body just moved before I even thought. That's not normal. It's not human. Even now my chest feels heavy. My stomach's in knots. I keep replaying it. The fire. Mika's face. I almost killed us. Or we almost died. Twice. Russian brick, black ice, 2 crashes in 1 month. I'm like some kind of idiot action star, except nobody asked me to be here. Nobody's filming this except my life. And I'm the stunt driver. I can't stay frozen. I can't stop living. But I won't forget this. Not ever. I'll carry it. Every corner, every street, every drop of rain. Everything that nearly ended me, I'll remember. And I'll drive better. Faster. Smarter. Safer. Maybe. Wait a minute. I remember something. A car. A red S13. On the opposite side of the highway. About a minute before the crash. My mother. She had a red S13 before she died. The license plate. It was the same. The exact same plate. The one she had. Every time I've seen that car, something bad happens. It passed me just a minute before. The crash. The fire. Mika. Oh God. It's like every time that S13 appears, it's a warning. A bad omen. I've seen it before, and I lived. But only barely. And tonight it came again. I can't escape it. I can't. Why? Why does it keep showing up? What is it trying to tell me? How am I still alive after all this? It wasn't just once, it's been twice this month. That car, it never showed up for years. Not once. And now, 2 times, barely weeks apart. It was always before something terrible. Before the black ice. Before the fire. If it showed up twice in 1 month, maybe it's not warning me anymore. Maybe it's telling me my time's almost up. If it's been waiting for me, if it's trying to catch up, I don't think I'll survive the next time I see it. I don't want to die. But what if it's already decided? Enough! I can't sit here and think about omens and death. It won't help anything. I can't let myself get swallowed by what-ifs. Not tonight. She's probably still shaking from the crash. Damn, she's gonna kill me for mentioning this stupid omen stuff. Red S13. Yeah, right. More like red snack delivery coming to ruin my night. Better hope it brings fries instead of death this time. Sleep. Tomorrow's another day. And I still have Mika to check on. If I survive the night, Maybe I'll tell Mika about the red S13 and see her freak out over it. She'll probably call me insane. Fair. Tomorrow, I'll deal with everything else. Tonight, I just need to get home and sleep. Drive home, sleep. Tomorrow is another day. That's all I can do.
Here comes the massive overdrive. Overdrive coming out to full speed. Everybody goes too much overdrive. Let's stick to both to get there.
$4:45. Again. Huh? I'd never seen this before. Bunta Fujiwara, championship winner, FIA WRC 1995. World Rally Championship? He never said anything. Not even once. Dad, what is this?
It's a trophy, kid. What else could it be?
No, I mean this trophy. FIA WRC. First place. You actually won the World Rally Championship?
Yeah, that's right. Beat the likes of Carlos Sainz, Richard Burns, even Tommy Mäkinen. I was a world champion. I'm just a tofu shop owner now, kid. But yeah, back in the day, I had my moments. Moments worth remembering or forgetting, depending on who you ask.
So, you were the best rally driver in the world and you never thought to mention it? Not even once?
It didn't seem important. Besides, what good would it have done? You didn't need to know back then.
I think I deserve to know now. Tell me about it.
1995 was brutal. That morning was hell. Cold, wet, everything hurt from the last 3 days of driving. But I felt it. Today was ours. The final stage, Grisdale Forest. Mud, fog, rain, you name it. No room for mistake. None.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Right 5, tightens into 4. Over crest, don't cut.
Got it. Holding third. Let her slide.
Every rally was a war. The cars were monsters. The conditions, savage. I was driving the Impreza, same kind I've got now. Bought it because, well, I missed the feeling.
You scare the hell out of me when you're like this.
That's how you know it's going right.
Everything blurred. Trees, timing, even fear. Only the road was clear. I wasn't racing them anymore. I was racing the mountain, the forest, myself.
30 left into 5 right long. Trees close.
I see it. Shut up and hold on.
It wasn't driving anymore. It was survival instinct.
You mad bastard.
We're not here to be careful.
Last sector, 3 more notes, then nothing but glory.
Let's finish it.
Long straight, opens into finish. Christ, we alive?
When we hit the finish line, I couldn't even feel my fingers. I thought I lost it somewhere in the fog. But when the times came in,
Overall standings. Fujiwara wins the rally by 3.6 seconds overall.
We did it. 3 seconds margin.
that was the only time I won a championship. The only time I chased a ghost and caught it.
That's incredible. And you just walked away from all of it?
I didn't want to. 1997. Helicopter crash. Broken ribs. 2 slipped discs. Doctors told me I'd never drive at that level again. So I came home, back to the mountain, back to tofu. Doctors also said I had a permanent change in facial expression.
Huh?
Means my eyes don't open anymore. Apparently I was diagnosed with change in character design. Whatever the fuck that means. Or maybe they were just lazy. Who knows? I still see fine. I just look asleep when I'm judging people.
And that's why you've always been so distant about driving?
Maybe. Or maybe I wanted you to earn it your own way, not chase ghosts.
Thanks for telling me. It makes sense now. Why you're the way you are.
Come on, I'll tell you something else. Something that will help. Back in 1996, Rally Finland. We were down on time, maybe 20 seconds behind the leaders. One stage left. You know what I did?
What?
I launched the car off a jump at 160 kilometers an hour, flat out over a blind crest into a forest road.
Wait, you jumped the car?
We were in the air for 6 seconds, tires screaming when we landed, suspension bottomed out, co-driver screaming louder than the gearbox. But it worked. Made up every second we needed. We won by 0.8 of a second.
That's batshit insane.
Another time, Sweden, I clipped a tree at over 100, ripped the front left fender clean off, drove 3 more stages with it flapping around like a cape, still took the win.
You really were crazy.
No, Takumi, I wasn't crazy. I trusted myself, and I trusted the car. And that's what you need against rally drivers. You can't second guess every move. They will eat hesitation alive. When in doubt, go flat out.
That again? That's really all I get?
Racing's not about tricks. It's about feel. You think the road is going to hand you a manual? You've been driving that AE86 since you were a kid. You know every sound, every quirk, every limit. But the 86 has heart, and so do you.
When in doubt, go flat out.
You're on time, not barely clinging to consciousness. Miracles do happen.
Keep the sarcasm flowing, it's what fuels me. Let's just get this over with.
Big words from a guy who couldn't pump gas properly 4 years ago.
Guess miracles happen twice.
Yo, Takumi, big day today, huh?
Yeah, sure, assuming I live long enough to clock in. Hey, don't worry, man. If you crash and die in Britain, Itsuki says he'll avenge you.
Damn right I will, in the mighty 85.
You nervous?
Yeah.
Good. That means you're not overconfident. Just don't let it turn into hesitation. Overthink for even half a second, and those drivers will chew you up.
You ever attended a rally event in person?
Yeah, I was Binta's co-driver in the WRC. Sometimes I got a little closer than I'd be comfortable with. I don't believe in curses. I believe in drivers pushing past sanity, trying to tame a machine that's already won the fight.
Oi, Takumi, if you crash, can I finally have your engine?
If I crash, it's dragging your car with it.
So he was going on about the shock absorbers, and then I told him, no way, that's stock suspension, man. But he still swore up and down it was factory, like I was born yesterday.
You kinda were. Car-wise.
Hey, I've been tuning longer than you've been growing that patchy-ass beard.
You dare talk about my beard when your car's so sick shit sideways like a confused flamingo, shits it on butter. You built your cosplay looking rice cooker bits firing so hard it speaks in glossy Latin. I can hear your exhaust crying in Morse code every night begging for relief like, SOS, I'm dying from poverty tuning. You got spark plugs taped down with chewing gum and a spare shoelace. Your aerodynamics are just painted lines with daddy issues. You call that suspension? You call that a car? You built your engine with wishes at WD-40. Your differential went different directions and never came back. Even your lug nuts are resigning right now. Your car costs more than the grandpa with a smoking habit and your gasket blew itself from embarrassments. And let's talk about your beard. Oh wait, you can't because you ain't even got one. You just threw it on with the market to impress that girl who thought you were the delivery guy for AutoZone and bro, she still said, no.
Patchy-ass beard. Your whole car is patchy, my guy. My beard has more traction than your tires.
Top 10 rappers Eminem is afraid to diss.
Hey, was I interrupting something?
No, you're not. You're good.
When are you really leaving for the UK?
Tonight at 11 p.m. We're all going to be one big convoy for your final delivery, Takumi. This has to be something special. We're not letting you go alone.
Every former member of Project D, every speed star, you name it, they're gonna hear about this, and they'll all follow you on your last ride.
We've always had your back, Takumi, and we're gonna keep doing it, no matter what.
Consider this your official farewell. The Speed Stars will always be with you, no matter where you go.
You alright, man? You're usually yelling at us by now.
Yeah, just thinking.
Oh man, you're crying, aren't you? You know, it's okay if you are.
Don't hide it, kid. No one's judging.
I don't know why it's hitting me now. Just everything. The races, the mornings at the station, you guys, the roads, Akina.
It's not weakness, Takumi. You've earned the right to feel something.
I just don't want to let any of you down. Not tonight.
We're gonna miss you, you know? No one drove like you. No one was like you. You made us proud to be Speed Stars, Takumi.
Tonight's for all of us. For Akina.
For the Speed Stars.
For everything we've been through.
For that crusty-ass break room couch that always smelled like Ichi cigarettes.
You're walking to the airport now.
No matter what happens tonight, this is how I want to remember Japan. Initial D. Initial D. I was 13 when I first gripped this wheel. I didn't know then what it would mean. 5 years later, I was chasing shadows and rivals, testing limits I didn't know I had. Keisuke pushed me harder than anyone, and I wanted to catch him, not just on the road, but in life. That first impromptu battle, I had no plan, no strategy, just instinct. And I won.
The 8-6 isn't decelerating.
I still remember that first win. I dive bombed Keisuke and did the ditch run. Nakazato of the Night Kids. He taught me precision and patience. I had to adapt, to read him, to predict. It was the first time I realized racing was as much a mind game as it was a battle of machines. Impact Blue. Chaos Incarnate. I had to fight not just a car, but the fear of crashing. That day, I learned to trust my instincts. Ryosuke, the strategist. That was my first lesson in mental warfare. Wataru. He taught me adaptation. How to push through fear and keep control when everything wants to spin out. Every race, every opponent, they taught me something different. Control, fear, speed, patience. They all challenged me in ways I never expected, forcing me to push further, to adapt faster, and think cleaner. Even when I raced against someone like me, I had to find a new edge. Every rival is a mirror. rematches. I learned humility, respect, and the value of pushing without fear. And finally, the man who showed me the true meaning of racing. Every line, every move. He taught me the mountain, the machine, and myself. And for that, I'll never forget. That day, I learned what it meant to fight for something bigger than myself. To carry the pride of Akina. To be part of something that mattered.
Just a little more. Come on! Come on!
Now, as I head toward my last moments here, I carry all of it with me. Every quiet morning, every thunderous night. This car, this mountain, this life. It made me who I am. This is just the beginning. No matter where I go, Akina will always be with me. Dad, I need to go on my final delivery. Would you come with me?
You're really leaving, huh? I knew this day would come, but that doesn't mean I was ready for it. I'll come with you.
What? Dad, what's wrong?
Nothing. Just some dust, probably. But you know, sometimes the road catches up with you faster than you think. Life, it doesn't wait.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about me. You've got your own journey now, and that's what matters.
Thanks, Dad.
Make every mile count, Takumi, because you never know which one might be the last. I never thought it would come to this. You've grown up a lot, Takumi.
I'll still come back to visit. Don't worry.
Just don't forget your roots. No matter where you go, the mountain will always be here, and so will I.
We'll send updates, Bunta. You'll know exactly how he's doing.
Opportunities like this don't come twice. Make the most of it. Hey, Takumi. Remember our rematch earlier this year? What I said to you afterwards? You're good enough for the world stage. Don't waste it. I'm not going to be waiting for a rematch, but I'll be waiting to see you on the other side. And when you get there, I'll be proud of what you've become. I'll make sure I get there.
Hey, when you win your first big race, don't forget about us. And I mean it. Don't forget me, okay?
Yeah, I won't. See you around, Dad. Sayonara, Nihon.
You've come so far, Takumi. I'm proud of you, even if I don't say it often. You're ready now, kid. It's your turn to take on the world.
You're giving me the 8-6?
Yeah, it's yours now. She's done everything she needed to for me. Maybe more than I deserved. Figured it's your turn to have her.
But I've never even owned a car. I've barely driven, and I'm definitely not racing it.
Good. She's earned a quiet life. You just take care of her. Keep her moving, but don't push her too hard. She's not just a car. She's family.
Why now?
I've taken her as far as I can. Every mountain, every race. She was with me. Every night I thought about Akina. About corners I didn't dare take. And about times I pushed her beyond her limits. But I'm not that kid anymore. I've got new roads to figure out. And so do you. She'll help you find yours.
I don't even know if I deserve this. I barely know how to drive, and you trust me this much?
Yeah. Because I know you'll take care of her. You'll listen to her. You'll notice the little things. The way she hums when she's happy. The way she groans when she's tired. That's all I've ever asked of anyone. Keep the tank above half and don't let the oil run low. And whatever you do, don't let anyone in this country challenge you to a downhill.
Thank you for everything.
Don't thank me. You don't need to. Just take care of her. That's enough. Every turn you take, every corner you drive, remember that she carried me for 7 years. And now, she carries you. Hey, chaps. This is Stormy Steamy, voice cast member for Transition Stage. And I just want to say, thank you so much for sticking around. But this is not the end of Transition Stage. Dreams never end. The best is yet to come. See you again.